The American wilderness. Some say it is vanishing. Others say it's too late. Yet many say that it can be saved. The wilderness of today can be here tomorrow and long into the future, but it will take leadership, education, and a genuine sense of kinship with nature. This is the work that is being accomplished at the American Wilderness Leadership School. But the American Wilderness Leadership School is not just a facility. ALLS is a unique environmental education program sponsored by Safari Club International. It is also a window to the world of wildlife and natural resource conservation. In 1973, SCI, through its Conservation Fund, stepped in with other concerned private nonprofit groups to preserve conservation and education programs started by government agencies but later weakened by funding cuts. In the summer of 1976, the concept of providing North American wilderness education experience for youth became a reality with the launching of 3 student sessions. These sessions were held at outfitter facilities in Alaska, British Columbia, and Wyoming. In 1977, the first teacher session was conducted in Wyoming. Between 1979 and 1981, SCI leased the Granite Ranch, 33 miles southeast of Jackson. The site, located within the Bridger-Teton National Forest's Gros Ventre Wilderness area and surrounded by more than 8 million acres of public lands, was chosen not only for its spectacular beauty, but also because its location contains all the elements and issues essential to the study of natural resource and management problems. After unanimous board approval, SCI purchased the 33.6 acres of the ranch in 1982, and a permanent home for the American Wilderness Leadership School was established. In January of 1983, Don Brown was hired as Education Director for SCI.
The major emphasis of the American Wilderness Leadership School is to provide teachers and students the opportunity to learn firsthand and deal with individuals from the Bureau of Land Management, Teton National Park, Yellowstone National Park, state game and fish agencies, the complexity and the involvement of our wildlife management problems that we have here in the West. It is through that hands-on opportunities that they have as far as visiting those sites that they would go away being more knowledgeable. At the same time, we introduce them to the shooting sports, outdoor interpretive techniques, Project Wild, a variety of educational activities so that they go away with a lot of information that they can utilize back in the classroom.
The Dr. Jim Conklin Lodge serves as classroom, dining hall, and dormitory for ALLS. The lodge was developed over a 6-year period to replace the dining hall destroyed in an LP gas fire in December 1982. The structure provides sleeping accommodations for 39 persons, office space, as well as a library. Cabins provide staff quarters, and the newly constructed Sullivan cabin is available for rent to SCI members. The ALLS student program was designed to serve high school students. This age group was selected because such students can be exposed to conservation-related vocational opportunities at an age when career options are being considered, and because young adults of this age are just beginning to become involved in school and community affairs. When SCI held its first teacher session in 1977, it was the beginning of one of the most far-reaching environmental and conservation education programs for teachers in the country. The original teams consisted of 4 professional educators from 5 different states and were made up of representatives from state education and conservation departments, faculty of state universities involved in teacher training, and elementary and secondary teachers active in environmental and conservation education. In 1983, based on the success of increased state teacher programs and a need to train additional staff for local workshops, individual SCI chapters were encouraged to select and sponsor more teachers. In 1984, the ALLS program was adopted by the newly founded Safari Club Sables. The Sables fundraising activities have made them a major contributor in financing capital development at the school and in providing student and teacher scholarships. Today, the typical summer schedule is made up of 5 teacher workshops, 1 student session, and 4 7-day elder hostel groups for seniors. Additionally, SCI annually hosts one of the NRA Western Big Game Hunters schools. Students and teachers experience many of the same activities during the 10-day program. Many participants have never been exposed to firearms. Part of the program teaches gun safety and gives everyone a chance to learn about the shooting sports. Teachers and students have the opportunity to fire a muzzle loader, .22 rifle, shotgun, and learn the fundamentals of archery. Other activities include fly tying and fishing and identification of Granite Creek flora. Map and compass instruction and wilderness survival are included as part of the coursework. Participants learn that it is indeed possible to make a fire by rubbing two sticks together. High school students receive 1.5 days of instruction in outdoor living skills and then accompany an instructor for a wilderness overnight trip. A day trip to Yellowstone is also part of the experience, with sightseeing combined with lectures on wildlife and resource management. Teachers enjoy an overnight in Yellowstone to study its ecosystem and discuss park issues and policies during an off-the-trail interpretive hike conducted by a naturalist assigned to Yellowstone's Fishing Bridge Visitor Center. In addition to the shared experiences, the teacher program is expanded to include on-site visits with Bureau of Land Management personnel, Teton National Park staff, and representatives of the Wyoming Game and Fish Department. Through these field trips, the teachers have a first-hand opportunity to learn from professionals working in the field. Additional classroom and outdoor sessions at the All site provide the opportunity to learn outdoor interpretive techniques, field study methods, and wildlife management concepts. Teachers gain valuable insights that can be taken back to their classrooms. They are also provided with follow-up assistance and materials for conducting student and teacher workshops in their local districts. The teacher programs conducted at the ranch are accredited for 2 hours of graduate credit through Indiana University, and graduates of the All's Teacher Educator Workshops are eligible to apply for curriculum development funds of up to $1,000. Students and teachers conclude their stay with an exciting raft trip down the Snake River. One of the major goals of the Alls program is that participants become more informed on the role of the sport hunter and hunting as a management tool. The success of the program is best judged by the comments of the participants themselves.
With the staff members that you have, they cover so many different areas, everything from different areas in botany to a lot of different areas that I thought were probably pretty obvious with the wildlife and things like that. But it's the values issue that I think I've got the most out of. I'm not a hunter, and I stated that very clearly on my application. And I've not had a good feeling about game management from a hunting standpoint. I have a much clearer idea now of how valuable that portion of the management actually really is, and that hunting is really just a part of it. And that has really been something that I've found to be very, very important to me personally.
One reason that the chapter sent me, actually the basic reason the chapter sent me, was because I knew no hunters. I've never known a hunter. I've never even known anybody who's fished. I was from the city. And they thought it was very important that someone like me be exposed to good hunting ethics and good management sense, and be able to get that into my own head and be able to teach that to their students. That was really, they were so happy to find someone like me, this total knee-jerk anti-hunting liberal, and go home in with a bigger perspective, and they got what they wanted.
When I was planning to come out, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. Classroom stuff where it's pretty much memorization, high school stuff. But then when I got here, it was really different. It was more of an opportunity to learn about who you are and what you're going to be doing, as well as the environment.
When I go back to the classroom, to my second graders, I'm going to see them as you know, they're holding the answers, and I don't know if I have any answers, but they have answers. They'll have the answers in their hands for our environment. Mother Earth is always going to be here. She'll always want to take care of us as best she can. We have to let her do that. We have to, you know, to give her that chance, and what better way than through the children.
It is estimated that through the ALLS programs, team teaching program, and state-level teacher training workshops, conservation education is being provided to more than 4 million students each year. Because we are part of the natural world, we are responsible for its stewardship. It is our duty and obligation to conserve our precious resources for generations to come. Safari Club International is committed to the protection of hunters' rights and the conservation of wildlife and our natural resources. Through educational programs like the American Wilderness Leadership School, the American wilderness and wilderness everywhere will survive. SCI's expanding educational programs depend on the interest of its members, along with the financial support of individuals, corporations, and other conservation-oriented groups. SCI is a tax-exempt organization under Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code. Contributions are tax-deductible.